Good morning. This is Township Manager Dean Kazinci. Today is Friday, April 17th. I hope everyone is staying strong as we continue to face challenges related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Teaneck is a resilient community, and I'm confident as each day passes, we will see positive progress that puts all of us on the road to recovery. We will get through this unequivocally. As of April 16, 2020, Teaneck has 827 residents who tested presumptive positive for the COVID-19 virus. It saddens me, and it's with deep personal regret that I have to announce the passing of 55 residents from our Teaneck family due to complications from the coronavirus. The deaths range from 30 years of age to 100 years of age. Please keep all those who have lost their lives and anyone who has been affected by this deadly virus in your thoughts and prayers. From March 9th through March 21st, the doubling time for presumptive positive cases in Teaneck was 1.98 days. From March 22nd to April 16th, doubling time for presumptive positive cases increased to 7.6 days, a very good indication that social distancing works. Please note that you can receive text messages from the state of New Jersey regarding updates and alerts as it relates to COVID-19 by texting the letters NJCOVID to 898211. One recent link sent out by text message was a COVID-19 symptom checker. The self-assessment tool allows you to determine if you should be tested for COVID-19. The assessment can be found on the internet as well by going to self.covid19.nj.gov. The Township is working very hard with state and county officials in trying to improve testing access and turnaround times. I'm confident there will be significant improvement in our area shortly. There are 2 drive-through facilities in Bergen County where someone can be tested for the COVID-19 virus. Facility number 1 is located at Bergen Community College in Paramus. The drive-through testing facility conducts 500 tests per day. They take place on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. The site is closed Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. In order to be tested, you must be a New Jersey resident and experiencing signs of respiratory illness. Priority is given to symptomatic individuals experiencing cough, fever 99.6 or above, and shortness of breath. Testing is first come, first served. I've been advised by FEMA that this site will be supported through May 31st, 2020. Facility number 2 is located in Paramus at the Bergen Newbridge Medical Center. This testing site operates 7 days a week. You must be a Bergen County resident, first responder, or healthcare worker. In addition, this facility will accommodate all municipal employees who work in any of the county's 70 municipalities, regardless of residency, and all county employees regardless of residency. Proof of employment within the municipality or the county is required. You must be symptomatic to be tested. Please visit www.newbridgehealth.org to be screened through the online portal or contact telehealth at 201-204-0712. You cannot just show up to this site and get tested. You must be screened by telehealth first before given an appointment. Yesterday, Governor Murphy announced that all New Jersey schools will remain closed until May 15th. I would now like to review several new executive orders that were signed by Governor Murphy this week that have an impact on everyone. Executive Order number 125 imposes additional mitigation requirements on New Jersey Transit and all private carriers to limit the spread of COVID-19. The order also outlines specific policies on restaurants that have remained open for takeout orders. Some of the critical measures now adopted by New Jersey Transit include limiting occupancy on trains, buses, and light rail lines, requiring infection control practices, providing for countless contactless pay options across all modes of transportation, arrange for backdoor entry on buses wherever feasible, require frequent sanitization of high-touch areas, placing of conspicuous signage on all modes of transportation and stations alerting workers and customers to the required 6 feet of physical distance. requiring workers and customers to wear cloth face coverings while on trains, buses, and light rail vehicles, requiring workers to wear gloves when in contact with customers. Please note that if a customer refuses to wear a cloth face covering for non-medical reasons, then New Jersey Transit workers may decline entry to the individual. Executive Order 125 also requires all restaurants, cafeterias, dining establishments, and food courts with or without a liquor license, all bars and all other holders of a liquor license with retail consumption privileges that are continuing to offer food delivery and/or takeout services to adopt policies that include, at minimum, the following requirements. Limit occupancy at 10% of the stated maximum capacity. Ensure 6 feet of distance between workers and customers, except at the moment of payment and/or exchange of goods. Require infection control practices. Arrange for contactless pay and pickup delivery options. Provide sanitization materials such as hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes to staff. Require frequent sanitization of high-touch areas. Place conspicuous signage at entrances and throughout the food business alerting staff and customers to the required 6 feet of physical distance. The next two requirements are very important. Executive Order 125 now requires workers to wear cloth face coverings and gloves while on the premises. It also requires customers that enter the food business to wear cloth face coverings, except where doing so would inhibit that individual's health or where the individual is under the age of 2. If a worker or customer refuses to wear a cloth face covering for non-medical reasons, and if such covering cannot be provided to the individual by the food business at the point of entry, then the food business must decline entry to the individual. I'm happy to report that during recent spot checks of several local food establishments, they are adhering to the Center for Disease Control safety recommendations and the provisions contained in Governor Murphy's executive orders. Executive Order 126 prohibits cable and telecommunication providers from terminating internet and voice services due to non-payment until 30 days after the current public health emergency has ended. All of these executive orders can be found in their entirety by visiting www.teanecknj.gov. Governor Murphy recently signed a bill into law that extends New Jersey's income and corporate tax filing deadline to July 15th. The bill also extends the state fiscal year 2020 to September 30th, 2020. Any business holding a liquor license now has until September 30th to complete the application for renewal. The reality is that all New Jersey residents have been affected economically in some way during the pandemic crisis. We are facing unprecedented and extremely challenging times ahead. Only after we are through this difficult time of the pandemic, we will have a better understanding of where we are financially as a state, county, and municipality. As mentioned last week, the Township has been receiving many inquiries regarding the May 1st tax deadline. Taxes remain due on May 1st, 2020 with a 10-day grace period. The tax office is mandated by the state of New Jersey, and to date, the governor has not made any adjustments to extending this deadline. If any changes take place, we will disseminate the information to our residents as quickly as possible. Although the tax department remains closed to the public, they can be reached by email at tax@teanecknj.gov or by telephone 201-837-1600 extension 1225. They are available to answer your questions and provide assistance. As a reminder, Teaneck's May 12th municipal election has moved entirely to the format of vote by mail. There will be no physical polling locations on Tuesday, May 12th. The deadline to register to vote in Teaneck's May 12th municipal election is April 21st. Voter registration forms must be postmarked by April 21st in order to participate and receive a mail-in ballot for Teaneck's municipal election. You cannot email your voter registration form. Starting on or before April 24th, 2020, the county clerk will forward vote-by-mail ballots to all registered voters in any jurisdiction holding an election on May 12, 2020. Regardless, if you apply to vote by mail, you will be receiving a vote by mail ballot to the address that corresponds with your voter registration information. In order for your vote to be counted in the May 12th municipal election, your ballot must be postmarked by May 12th and received by the Bergen County Board of Elections no later than 8 p.m. on May 14th. If you need further assistance, please contact the Township Clerk's office. The library building is closed to the public until further notice, but the library is continuing to provide virtual story times, e-books and other digital content, online classes and tutoring, and other remote services. Join the library and the Teaneck Creek Conservancy next Wednesday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. for an Earth Day celebration on Facebook Live. This streaming event will include a story, craft, and video exploration of a bug habitat. In an effort to better support new approaches to at-home learning, the library has developed a collection of resources to assist Teaneck students and their parents and teachers in grades K through 12. More information on these events, resources, and all virtual library services can be found at teanecklibrary.org. As COVID-19 remains a serious public health issue, everyone needs to take this seriously. We must work together as a community to eradicate the virus from our community. Regardless of whether you have contracted the virus or if you or family member is sick or not feeling well, follow all the guidance provided and voluntarily self-isolate, monitor your symptoms, and contact your doctor for professional guidance and treatment. You have heard this many times from me. Flattening the curve is what we are trying to do. By doing this, it will put our first responders and healthcare workers at lesser risk. It will relieve the burden on our healthcare system, and it will save lives. Please help do your part. Please keep our first responders and healthcare workers in your thoughts and prayers. They leave their families to go to work each and every day so that all of us remain healthy and safe. It's important for me to acknowledge the continued great work of the Teaneck Volunteer Ambulance Corps. The members of the Teaneck Volunteer Ambulance Corps continue to answer your calls for help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as they have since 1939. This is done free of charge. No one has ever billed for their services. TVAC relies on donations to cover their operational costs, which have increased significantly as they work the front lines in the fight against COVID-19. Donations help defray added costs of personal protective equipment required to keep the volunteers safe and healthy. The volunteers have been staffing the ambulances around the clock. There have been a 34% increase in calls in March 2020 due to the pandemic. The trained EMTs need to wear full personal protection equipment on every call. Ambulances need to be disinfected after each call. There is no staying at home or social distancing when providing EMS care, and this comes at a personal risk to your volunteers. Please show your support for them by making a donation. Please visit www.teaneckambulance.org for additional information. My office continues to post daily updates and links on our COVID-19 emergency page, which can be found by visiting www.teanecknj.gov. You will find valuable resources that will help everyone get through the crisis. Please continue to support the local businesses that remain open. A list of restaurants providing takeout and delivery are on our website. I encourage everyone to sign up for Township Alerts. It is easy to do, and you will remain connected to the latest information on the COVID-19 virus. Please visit the Sign Up for Township Alerts tab on our homepage. I applaud you, our residents, for remaining calm and vigilant in your personal efforts to reduce the spread of the virus. I am truly appreciative of your cooperation and support during this time. The rate of infection will decrease due to social distancing. We must remain committed to following these practices as well as all CDC recommendations to prevent the spread of COVID-19. During recent spot checks of local parks, we continue to find people violating my executive order and not practicing social distancing rules. As a reminder, all municipal parks are closed for recreational activities. This includes the use of basketball courts, playgrounds, baseball fields, tennis courts, and all other areas inside of our municipal parks. The outer walking track at Voti Park remains open for passive recreation only. It will remain open as long as social distancing rules are practiced and proper face covering is worn. To further emphasize the need for outdoor social distancing, the outer track at Voti Park is now marked one way. Anyone using the track must travel in a counterclockwise direction. Please follow these rules so we can keep the track open. It is important that everyone remains a good neighbor. In this time of crisis, please continue to safely check on your neighbors and help those with special needs. The Helping Hands Food Pantry, located at 1400 Palisade Avenue, is open on Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and on Thursday from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Please do not leave soiled masks, gloves, and disinfectant wipes in parking lots, shopping carts, and parks. This practice is unsanitary, harmful to our sewer system, and it potentially exposes our residents, workforce, and other private workers who must clean up the litter to exposure of the virus. The 2020 census is underway, and more households across America are responding every day. Over 70 million households have responded to date, representing over 48% of all households in America. In light of the COVID-19 outbreak, the U.S. Census Bureau is adjusting 2020 census operations in order to protect the health and safety of the American public and Census Bureau employees. They're implementing guidance from federal, state, and local authorities and ensuring a complete and accurate count of all communities. The Census Bureau temporarily suspended 2020 census field data collection activities in March. Steps are already being taken to reactivate field offices beginning June 1st, 2020, in preparation for the resumption of field data collection operations as quickly as possible following June 1st. As a reminder, if you have not done so already, please complete your 2020 census questionnaire. It's quick and easy. The 2020 census questionnaire will take about 10 minutes to complete. Your response helps direct billions of dollars in federal funds to local communities for schools, roads, and other public services. Results from the 2020 census will be used to determine the number of seats each state has in Congress and your political representation at all levels of government. Teaneck's first responders are teaming up to say thank you to our healthcare workers at Holy Name Medical Center. Members of the police department, fire department, and ambulance corps will initiate a drive-by salute at 2:30 p.m. today to show our appreciation and continued support for their heroic efforts during the COVID-19 crisis. Is your birthday approaching soon, but you're unable to celebrate due to COVID-19? The Township of Teaneck would like to celebrate with you. Please contact clerk@teanecknj.gov with the celebrant's name, birthday, and address at least 72 hours in advance. This is open to children 12 years of age and younger. When we confirm the information, the Teaneck Police and Fire Departments will schedule a drive-by birthday visit. In closing, we remain in the eye of the storm together. This crisis demands that each and every one of us do our part to minimize the spread of this disease, to avoid putting the vulnerable and susceptible at risk, and to prevent our healthcare services from becoming overburdened. I know we can win this war by working together as a community. Remember, staying home, you stop the spread and you save lives. Thank you.